Hello, I'd like to talk to you today about RIO's Elite Bonefish line. This is our premium, top-of-the-range bonefish line for the tropical saltwater angler going out on some beautiful exotic destination to try and target bonefish. And what makes this top of the line, first of all, is there's two unique technologies it has over our other bonefish lines and the other ones that are on the market. First, it's built on our low-stretch DirectCore, and that is something very, very significant for the saltwater angler. You can see here, there's very little stretch in it. Most fly lines have 30% stretch. This is way, way less. This is much lower stretch. And the reason you want a low stretch is for a couple of things. One, as a caster, you want line speed, right? You want to cast fast, you want to cast far, you want to beat the wind, you want line speed. And the low stretch lines give you much higher line speed than a stretchy bungee type of line, more feel, more control of your cast. But probably more important than that is what happens when a fish grabs your fly and you need to set the hook, because you strip set the hook. So the last thing you want is a piece of elastic on the end, so you strip set and you can't penetrate that fish's hard mouth. So a low stretch line, perfect for setting the hook. And once you've hooked the fish, where a low stretch line really comes into its own is when you're playing it. And a fish pulls and you need to turn and pull it, then if you apply 5 pound of pressure, you're putting 5 pound of pressure on the fish. You're not losing a pile by the bungee, which you tend to get with regular cores on most bonefish lines. So look for the DirectCore that's on the Elite Bonefish line. And then the other thing that's on this line is our SlickCast coating. And the SlickCast coating is the slickest coating we have ever made. In fact, it is the lowest amount of friction ever tested in a fly line. It is incredibly slick. It shoots beautifully and fast and far and easily. And the best thing about it is that it has a coating that migrates constantly to the surface. So you never have to coat it, you never have to cover it. It lasts a long time, the coating keeps migrating and it retains its slickness throughout this duration of the fly line. So it's a very durable, beautifully slick fly line, and that's what the SlickCast coating does. Now, because it's a bonefish line, obviously it's designed to cast typical bonefish flies like this. And how we do that is that there's a taper that's about 7 foot long, the front taper. So it's not a short, aggressive taper that lashes and kicks. You want a small fly, you want gentle presentation. So it's got a decent front taper, about 7 foot, turns over these flies with ease, lands them softly, beautiful presentation. And then behind that 7 foot, it goes straight to the fastest, heaviest, fattest part of the fly line. And so what that means is that when you start casting and you've got in this ready position and the guy points the fish out to you and you start that first cast, you've got weight. And that weight makes the rod load, gets your line out there much quicker than if the line was rear weighted. So the whole design of this is all about making the quickest casting, most accurate casting, best presentation line for bonefish. And then it's available in 2 colors. There's our standard color, and the standard color we've had out for a number of years on our regular bonefish line. And it's got this light sand front end, and it's got a little bit of an orange visual section here, like this visual section here, and then the blue running line at the back end. That's our normal bonefish color line. But what is new is what we call the Bahama bonefish line, because it's the same color as the Bahamian flag. And I took this to Cuba to fish it, and all the Cuban guides raved about it. They thought it was so cool to have a colored line that was a flag of a bonefish destination. Even though it wasn't a Cuban one, they thought it was the coolest thing. So you've got the yellow and the black and the teal of the Bahamian flag. The yellow is the front end, and obviously the black is the middle color distinguisher, the break, and then the teal is the running line. And these bonefish lines are both available in 6 weight to 9 weight. And as I said, you can get these lines from your local RIO dealer, or you can get them online. And that is RIO's Elite Bonefish line.
RIO. Make the connection.